Hello everyone and welcome back to Sky Factory, where today I'd like to get the Sky Factory all finished. I'd like to end up putting things on the inside, get all of this area sorted out, and all of that good stuff. So step one of getting everything sorted out is I would like to transfer all of my things that are down at the bottom of the world up to the top. So I'm going to go ahead and put in, for all of the signs that I have, I'm going to go ahead and put in the things that go in those places. So I will cut back once I've got all of my little areas up from the bottom of the world to the top. Alrighty, well, small update on the interior of the area of the base, and I think this looks so cool. It's so cute in here. I love it so much. Okay, so I've got this cool chiseled glowstone all around to light it up. This is my trophy area. You can see I have some of the trophies that I've gotten. These are all from the Twilight Forest. I'd like to put other, like, memorabilias from the mod in here, but for right now those trophies are looking sick in that back corner. I love how they turn. They all turn at once too. They look so cool. I love them. Then this is my little enchanting area. I've got my chunk loader up there, a few anvils, and then all of the dimensional cakes all around, as well as just some cute little lanterns for aesthetic purposes. In the middle here is my tree section, where I can grow in all of these hopping bonsais and these chests, all of my, like, different tree-related things I need, because that's how I get most of the materials from this mod pack, is from these trees. So I figured having a nice little centerpiece to show that off would be pretty fun, and it's a cute little thing with some apples growing out of it. That's fun. I've got my machinery wall with all of these different machines up here. I can plop all my stuff into there, let them do their thing. I've actually got some pulverized coal in there that I'm going to grab out, some tables, my market. And this trap door here leads down into a chest that is making all of my materials into fuel, or into energy, I guess, is what I should say. Finally, I've got my smelter here. I made it a little bit bigger. I've got these three on top here and these three on the bottom just because it wouldn't look very good out the front here. I've got all of my things in this chest. This chest was also just to make it look symmetrical, but I use the block forming a lot more than I do the ingot forming kind of trays. So I decided that having these down closer to me would be fine, but again, I wear an armor set where I can fly, so it's not a huge deal that those are up. But yeah, I have taken down the island underneath here. There's nothing under here but the underworkings of my base and the start of the underside of the island, which will continue, obviously, throughout this whole place. And the only thing that I have left to move is this. This was the box that my simulation chamber was in previously. Perfect. Okay, so there was just, it was kind of an unintentional mob farm for quite a while. So yeah, I'm gonna take this down, but before I do that, I've got to deal with my sheep up here. Parkour sheep. Again, if you don't remember, this guy got over here. I do not know how. You could not walk over here. And there was never any grass on top of this thing, so I don't know how it spawned. And got over there. He had to have jumped, which I don't know why he would have jumped towards the edge. I don't know. He is there now, and we are very proud of him for making his way over here, and I'm going to keep him. Wait, is this not how I work this? I was trying to look for a way to store my guy. Capture it with left click and release it with right click. Okay, we'll see how this... We'll see if it affects his health. Oh, doesn't seem to have. Let's see how's he doing. Perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna make, like, an actual place for him. It'll probably be in the store, like, the trophy area. I'll make him, like, a little box here, maybe. That would be kind of cool if we could look down into his, like, terrarium. That would be fun. I'm gonna make, yeah, the middle of this is just gonna be a box looking into Parkour Sheep's home. Beautiful. Okay. The other thing that I have here is this dread lamp, which the whole thing of this item is that it prevents passive mobs from spawning, which is going to be fantastic because I don't want to mob-proof this whole island from passive mob. That just feels like a whole thing. So I want a way to just be able to stop their spawning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these things and I'm just going to go ahead and mine out corners and I'm going to place them under there. So hopefully by the time I place all of these on a lot of the corners, maybe not all of the corners, but on quite a few corners, they cover a 64 block radius, is what I have read. So like, honestly, I should only really need 2. I'll put one more in this corner over here. And that should be good. That should be all the cover that I need. But yeah, this is... I love the inside of this place. I think it like genuinely just turned out so cute, and it's so like the concrete's so fast to run on. It's a very usable space as well because all of my things are all around, as well as of course the simple storage area right here, which is the main thing that I'm going to be using obviously for the most part. It has all of my items, but yeah, there we go. There's that all done. I don't know why I killed the mobs in here and then proceeded to run away from it. That probably wasn't the smartest idea. Let's see how much of this I can... Ooh, I can vein mine a lot of it. Good. Alright, there we go. That's the last thing that's not, like, in the island area that needed to be broken. Alright, the next and final things that I need to do to get this place all... Okay, well, there's a few things I need to do. One of the things I need to do is I actually need to finish the island part, but I think this is going to be the last step. I think I want to focus on up here first. So, I'm going to do a few things. One, these towers still need smoke. I'm not going to add a farm into here for right now. I know I said I was going to. That is just going to kind of be paused for a moment because I don't really, like, need a farm. But these things do need some smoke coming out of them as well as an actual roof. So I'm going to make a little area for these. This is, again, where my storage area is. I have a ton of the largest chests in both of these areas. I should literally never run out of storage. And even if I do, I can just bring it all up another layer. So I literally should never run out of storage with these. So yeah, these two things need a smoke coming, not a smoke, but smoke coming out of them. And then the actual island area. So this is not a very centered factory, which I feel like is fine. But what I would like to do is I would like to add a ring of the kind of glowstone that I have on the inside of my area of my factory. This kind of like this pattern of glowstone I want to put around everywhere just because I think it's really fun and cute and it looks very good together. It looks very clean. So I'm going to put a strip of that around the entirety of the island. And then I am just going to bone meal spam the rest. No mobs have spawned since that last clip, and normally they spawn like crazy because this is the only area that they can spawn in the whole world. So I kind of feel like that problem has been fixed with those two, what are they called? Dread lamps. With those two dread lamps, I feel like that problem is fixed. So I want to smoke on the towers. I want the ring of lights. I would like to bone meal this area. And yes, then I'll come back and update you before I finish the last two things on the inside of here that I'm going to do. So let me get those things done and I will be right back. Alrighty, I finished with the outside of the Sky Factory and this thing looks just spectacular. It really, really looks good and I really, really like it. So I added a bit of glowstone around, all the way around it, just because it needed a lot more light. And then I added a little fountain back here, a couple of trees around just to add in a bit more light in different places that needed it, as well as just some scattered light on the roofs of the buildings. And I did a little smoke in the top of these things here. It doesn't look great like above. Like, I will admit it doesn't look great above. But if you look at it from like the position of someone who's looking at smoke coming out of like a huge tower like this, I think it looks pretty good. So yeah, there is all of the outside of this place all done. Now I have two more sections that I need to work on. I need to do the bottom of this whole thing to actually make it look like a floating island. And then I need to do the floating semi and the little, like terrarium. It's not really a terrarium, just kind of like exhibit for the sheep that I have, the parkour sheep. So I'm gonna, he's right in here right now. Yeah. So I'm going to make a little area out here for him to be in so that you can look down in the trophy area and see him down there. So that should be pretty cool. So the first thing I'm going to tackle is the area down here for parkour sheep and then the floating semi that is going to go in this loading bay right here. So I'm going to do both of those things and I'll come back to show you the progress on those. Alrighty, I got the two things done. First of all, here is our floating semi in the bay. We've got its little flying wheels on it, which are fans, but they do kind of look like floating wheels. So we are going to pretend that it flies because of this thing. It's off the ground because obviously it flew in. This is where you would unload things back here. And then I also did this little area for parkour sheep, and look, he's up there! He's up on the first platform! Oh, that's so exciting! Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well, he's clearly loving his area. He clearly loves it. But yeah, there are those two things all done. So we've got the semi and we've got parkour sheep back there. And the final thing that I have to do in order to complete this build is to get the rest of the underside of it done. Now that my island is out of the way and everything, this should be like pretty painless. It might have to go down a bit more here for parkour sheep, but that really should be fine. But yeah, look at that. Almost all done. Just the little terraforming bit down here that I have to do. And then my base in the Sky Factory world is complete. I will actually have a Sky Factory. There we go. Okay, let's get this all finished. Alrighty, well, I finished the bottom of this island. It honestly, I actually am really happy with how it turned out. It was really like mentally hard to build. I just was not understanding how any of this worked, but I got it. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think it looks good. I think it looks like the land was just peeled up in certain places, and I think that's really good. It doesn't go down to a straight point. It's more of a multiple point kind of hilly area, which I think makes it look a ton better than if it just like went down to one singular point that just kind of slowly went down. I think this looks a lot better than that. But yeah, I'm really happy with how that turned out. And that means that my whole island is done now. I have finished everything on here, which is just so cool. I'm so happy with this. This looks fantastic. The Sky Factory and everything, and my base is now done. Well, I mean, obviously I could still add more trophies and such. I still have a ton more space in here if I have to add other things. But like, baseline, this place is usable and finished, which is just really cool. So yeah, that's actually the base all done. All done and finished. Whew. Alrighty, well, I think that's going to do it for this episode. We've made a ton of progress on the base, and now it is all done. So I can once again resume my normal, like, going through the mod pack and everything, because I now have a place to do it all from. So I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye!